Happy birthday! We've known each other for over 9 years while only living near each other for 2. We've done 7 years over the internet while only getting to see each other for around a week every year. Each year for our birthdays we give each other small gifts and cards. This year your card was pretty awesome. I mean, what can beat the hamster dance song? So a part of me was like, challenge accepted. So here it is, the best birthday card ever. A monument to our amazingness, a reminder that together, we are unstoppable. Without further ado, I present to you the first time we ever exchanged glances. It all goes back to an awkward day in first grade, the day the world changed for the better. It was the first day of first grade, and our parents were making us meet our classmates. We all awkwardly clung to our parents as if they were the only solid thing to hold on to in a sea of awkwardness. My mom and your dad greeted each other. We exchanged glances, we sort of said hello. We were mostly silent because of the frightening prospect of having to meet new people, but that doesn't take away the importance of this moment. This moment right here. This is the moment when the world changed. Earth would never again be the same. After that moment, we just went our separate ways. It's hard to imagine this later turned into a friendship. I'm not completely sure how it happened myself. All I remember really are random snippets of your time at Bowen. So I remember one class, our second grade teacher, Miss Dickerson, called on you when we were learning about Mexico. You didn't raise your hand or anything, she just called on you as if you knew everything about Mexico. This kind of stood out to me. It made me think you were Mexican because why else would she call on you like that? Plus, I didn't know any other Spanish countries besides Mexico. So a few weeks later, I asked you if you're Mexican, and you're like, no, I'm Peruvian. This was when I learned what it felt like to be racist. Then again, most of our teachers couldn't even pronounce Joaquin correctly, and sure seemed at the time like Miss Dick thought you were Mexican. Another thing I remember for no apparent reason is that time when you made me feel self-conscious about how I drank chocolate milk. We were sitting down in Miss Dickerson's room for lunch in second grade, and you were all like, you drink chocolate milk weird. At the time, you probably didn't know the consequences of what you just said. You made me feel like 1,000 spotlights were on me. You demoralized me, turning me into a self-conscious hollow shell of what I used to be. From then on, I never drank chocolate milk like that again. Whether online or during recess, we would always find the time to go on adventures. Whether it was battling robot cops with pies and squirt guns, or fighting off goblins with fire and swords. When left to our own devices, it felt like we could create anything out of nothing. So when you left, it felt like that would all go away. But it didn't. We managed to stay in touch over online games, via letters, phone, and Skype. We broke down the walls that separated us by 1,200 miles. You know that rule that states long-distance relationships don't work? We took it by its throat and strangled it to death. Well, then again, that rule only applies to couples, and we're not a couple. Happy 15th birthday, Joaquin.